with smoking, so I knew it was damaging my health, for one. I was quite self-conscious as well. I think over the years, especially since the smoking ban came in, you feel a bit more self-conscious anyway, so I was always eating chewing gum because I thought, oh, I probably stink of smoke and that sort of thing. So yeah, I was uncomfortable smoking, and then I'd gone out for the weekend and smoked loads, as well as drank loads that weekend, and I got up Monday morning and I thought, I can't do this anymore. So I got all of my paraphernalia, I used to smoke roll-ups at that point, got everything, chucked it under the kitchen sink and that sort of thing, went back to bed for a few hours, and then it was almost like, let's see how far I could go.
Tried with the patches and I just didn't have the willpower. Tried with those twice, and tried with the Zyban once and didn't have any success, mainly because people were still smoking around me. People in my family at the time were still smoking around me at the same time, so I found it really, really difficult to stop.
I had other health complications, which I still have, and I thought it was silly to be making my body taking all these chemicals when it was struggling to sort of get me upright every day. So just really to give myself a bit of a help with other ailments.
The main reason I gave up was probably due to the ban of smoking in bars, because I was sick of sort of standing outside. So that sort of helped me sort of initially sort of planted the seed in my head, thinking I'm not happy sort of being tried as a sort of second-class citizen.
My mother died from lung cancer, from small cell lung cancer. She'd actually been stopped smoking 15 years before she contracted lung cancer. But seeing the way, the treatment she had to have, the way it made her feel, and obviously with the passing away through that, it was a case of I don't want my children to see me have to go through that, and that's what urged me to stop.
I first used the nicotine replacement patches about 20 years ago and did find them successful. They kept me off cigarettes for quite a period of time. Unfortunately, I went back onto smoking, and it's the last 4 years I think I've used every available product. I've used the gum, the inhalers, the patches, and eventually I had to settle on the Champix, which I got from a doctor.
In my final attempt I used Champix. Within the first 2 weeks you carry on smoking with Champix, and it made me feel really, really sick. But apparently that was one of the side effects, and it helps you to give up. Once I'd stopped on the 14th day, I carried on, I did the full 12-week course, and it was a case of if I went near somebody that was smoking, it made me feel sick, and it's not something that it smells horrible, and it made me realise that's how I smelled towards my children and everything. That urged me to carry on.
I think going back like 3.5 years ago when I last gave up, there wasn't probably the same amount of support that there is now. In fact, we used to say, quite a few of us smokers said there was, we used to complain about there being a lack of support in the NHS at that time. Whereas it was for other drugs, whether it was drinking or heroin or whatever. Whereas cigarette smoking, that was, you just did it yourself, there wasn't that level of support.
You always see on television the adverts for if you want to quit smoking, phone this number. There's an online thing I know there is that you can go on to and get support from that.
I used an online helpline called QuitNet, and every day, even now, I receive an email every day telling me how many days I've been stopped smoking, how much money I've saved, how many cigarettes I've not smoked, and how long I've prolonged my life for, and to see the amount of money that I've saved up, or would have saved up if I'd put it to one side, after less than it's almost a year, it'll be a year next week. After almost a year I've saved £2,500, which would pay for a family holiday for myself and my family, so it is an incentive.
It's probably one of the best things you could ever do is to go out smoking, because I think if you ask any smoker, they're not comfortable with being an addict to cigarettes. The best one for me is the health implications, because although you might not suffer it at the minute, it will catch up with you eventually. And I think I've seen quite a few people who struggled with that, struggled with their health eventually anyway. and yeah, it gives you a bit more confidence.
To me, it was a case of not seeing it as a loss of smoking, because if you lose something, you sort of fret about it. So I viewed it as giving away smoking. Because if you give something away, you don't mind losing it.
I would still save the money. Like the money I would have spent on cigarettes, I'd put it like in a pot, and you just reaped in the benefit, you know what I mean? I was able to buy a lot of things. Like after a year or something, I got like about £2,000.
Please go to your doctor. If you can't do it on your own with willpower, go to your doctor. Ask your doctor for any help that you can get. Attend non-smoking groups. Just get any support you can get.
I think you can do it. I think most people don't realise they've got the determination to do it, and they do.
You've got to want to do it for yourself. You've got to have that motivation. You've got to want to do it, and once you've got that into your head that you want to do that, you will do it. You will succeed. If I can stop, anybody can stop.